On March 10, 2026, the primary Ohio government action reported across multiple sources was Governor Mike DeWine's final State of the State address, delivered that afternoon to a joint session of the Ohio General Assembly in Columbus. 12345. This over 1 hour speech, given as DeWine approaches term limits, heavily emphasized policies and programs related to children, education, and public safety, while outlining final year priorities and calling for new legislative actions. 1345. In the education sector, DeWine highlighted successes and future plans, including ongoing implementation of the Science of Reading curriculum mandated in the 2023 state budget, which requires non-compliant teacher preparation programs at 1/3 of Ohio colleges and universities to close their literacy education programs by year's end. 23. He announced directives to the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce to establish regional instructional implementation teams for low-performing schools, expand the Read Ohio coaching program by adding 50 coaches to the existing 97, with no-cost credentialing for current coaches, and praised the classroom cell phone ban from last year's budget. 23. DeWine also spotlighted the OhioC program for students failing vision screenings, noting that of 37,000 K-3 referrals annually, about 29,000 do not receive exams or glasses despite a $10 pilot allocation, down from his requested $50. 3. He recognized East Cleveland City Schools Superintendent Dr. Henry Pettigrew II and Mayor Sandra Morgan for reducing chronic absenteeism by 10% via community interventions, and announced a statewide attendance dashboard launch on April 15, 2026, to provide real-time data for schools and districts. 2. Additionally, DeWine touted historic investments, creating 10,000 new career technical education seats to connect classrooms to workforce needs. 2. On legislative calls, DeWine renewed his push for a primary seat belt law allowing police to pull over unbelted drivers or passengers, a proposal rejected in 2024 and facing skepticism from lawmakers like Senate President Rob McCauley, R. Napoleon, who raised concerns about potential targeting, and House Speaker Matt Huffman, R. Troy, who indicated budget-related items would wait for the next cycle post-DeWine. 3-4. He received strong applause for advocating AI regulation bills already introduced this session, including bans on possessing, creating, or distributing AI-generated child sexual abuse material, holding tech companies accountable for AI encouraging self-harm or violence in children, and mandating automatic parental controls on cell phones and devices, though Huffman questioned its constitutionality. 3-4. DeWine also mentioned potential limits on online casinos and sports betting, expressing regrets over the 2021 legalization law, and referenced amended HB 5453 to accelerate special education. Lawmakers' reactions were mixed. Majority Republicans like Huffman and McCauley showed limited enthusiasm for costly or controversial proposals, prioritizing budget constraints with 4 months left in the fiscal year, while Democrats criticized the focus for neglecting affordability issues like housing, food, education costs, and health. No enforcement actions, such as regulatory crackdowns or legal proceedings by state agencies, were reported specifically for March 10, 2026. 12345. Public events were centered on the State of the State address itself, broadcast around noon and available for viewing via official channels, with no other statewide government-hosted gatherings noted. 125. No additional major legislative activities, like bill passages or committee votes, agency enforcement, e.g., from the Ohio EPA, Attorney General, or departments like health or public safety, or other public events tied to Ohio government, were documented in available reports for that exact date. 12345. Coverage focused predominantly on DeWine's speech, suggesting it dominated the day's government news cycle.